Recorded.
It's time now for Empowered Family Talk with Phrantceena Halres.
Do you want to empower families and young people in your community? Then take the time to make a tax-deductible contribution to the Coach Tate Fund. The Coach Tate Foundation is dedicated to helping young people and their families in learning and passing on the kinds of life skills that we all need to succeed. All too often, we hear about kids and their families having encountered life's difficulties that could have been easily avoided by knowing better decision-making skills, from anger management to money management to something as simple as learning to manage how we spend our time or how we use our job skills. Make a donation to the Coach Tate Fund. It'll help kids who need help and their families too. Make your contribution to the Coach Tate Fund. Get details at www.coachtatefoundation.com. And oh, by the way, thank you.
May the words of our mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Good morning. It's family time, and welcome back to Empower Family Talk, right here on Praise 107.9 here in the beautiful sunshine state of Jacksonville, Florida. Today, we're taking the time to honor our fathers. And we wish all of our fathers a heartfelt, happy Father's Day weekend. And today we're going to have a conversation as I honor my father, Johnny Thomas Tate Sr. He was a special man on this earth, and he lived a full, passionate, purpose-driven life here on this earth. And he empowered and dedicated his life to community and family. My dad, Johnny Thomas Tate Sr., also referred to as Coach Tate, which is hence the Coach Tate National Education Athletic Association. And we're delighted to be in a position to honor him today on the legacy that we intend to carry forward. And I also have joining me today Mr. Demetrius Tate. He is a design partner of my father and has been in the family for a number of years, about 15 years, I believe, and currently serving as the lead executive director of the Coach Tate Foundation. Welcome, Demetrius, to our special talk today about Coach Tate.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a privilege.
Well, thank you. And if our listeners could just bear with us a second. We are facing a time in our society today. We're burning down Confederate flags. We have a lot of troubles in the world. But it all starts back at the house with the family. And our mission and vision here at the Coach Tate Foundation and Empower Family Talk and Praise 107 is to give voice to the new America. And Coach Tate Foundation is a sum of the parts that equal the whole. And I just want to take a few minutes to share with you about my dad and our legacy and our heritage that brings us to where we are today to help others. My dad was born in 1940 in a town called Morganton, North Carolina. He was born to Samuel Alexander Tate Sr., who was a longtime sexton at the United Methodist Church there. But it all started with my mama, Essie. Her name was Adeline Essie Tate. And she served the Irvin family as a house servant back in the early 1900s, 1800s. She was one of 19 brothers and sisters that migrated from West Virginia, from what I understand today, and landed on a beach in Morganton called Tate Beach. Back then, the white plantation owners were able to go to that beach and pick who they wanted to come to be their house servants, to help with the family, feed the children. And my great-grandmother, Essie Tate, was chosen to serve Senator Sam J. Ervin, as we know him today, the infamous Watergate chairman of the Watergate Committee. We called him Papa Sam. I called him Mr. Sam. But my great-grandmother served that family, and the family that's left today and in heaven, they loved her dearly. And here comes my grandfather, my dad's father, Samuel Alexander Tate. And he married Louise Caldwell Tate, who was a biracial woman. She had a white mother and a black father. My dad was born into a biracial family and a white great-grandmother. And we got to learn a little bit of that, but as growing up as a child, we didn't realize the impact that born into a biracial family would be in our lives. But it proved to be a good thing. We were provided an education and exploration in the world with the good, as they say, plantation owners, and that was the Irvin family back in Morganton. So we winded up today. My dad grew up in Morganton. He married my mom, and I'm the firstborn, and he's a much-loved man, architect, designer, and a big coach in the community of sports. He loved arts and music. And he's a big believer in family and community. That's how I grew up with my dad. And I'm so grateful today, as we fast forward to 2020, we celebrate 10 years of my dad's homegoing. And before he left this earth to go join our Heavenly Father, he sat down with my colleague, Mr. Demetrius Mamaritas, and he drew out a campus that we need to build going forward for the children and families in multicultural communities. He didn't see race. He didn't see color. He didn't see gender. He saw spirit. And he is a subsequent father of many, many children today. And as we pay that forward, and we look at our conditions of a family today, Coach Tate National Educational Athletic Association Corporation, rather long. That's why we shorten it to the Coach Tate Foundation. We left North Carolina, and we looked for a place to build, largest land mass, starting in 2017, our journey. We worked with the NFL, the NBA players, coaches, governors, legislators over the past 10 years to empower children through feeding, health care, coaching, job creation, entrepreneurship. And we carry that forward today. We're here in Jacksonville, Florida, to build the first campus as a bridge over troubled waters that we face today in our society. And we're going to start with Florida, 22 million. And there are fathers, like my father, that want to see the family restored. And that's why we're so excited to have this special today, to honor him and honor all fathers out there who see what's happening today in our streets, in our governments. But we had a good plantation owner who was a white man. And my great-grandmother left all of her wealth, she was white, to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Knoxville, Tennessee, where my dad's sister resides. So I say all that to say this as a brief introduction today. There's so much more to talk about as we pay it forward with the Coach Tate family, is to establish today the campus. And we found a place in American Beach where we can build and begin to expand the services and programs that we offer, which includes today affordable housing. Mr. Mamaritas, Could you share with us your story of where we've been, where we are today, and what we're looking for in the future for the Coach Tate Foundation and to help our families succeed in this 21st century?
Sure. Thank you so much. Yes, my name is Demetrius Mamridis. My background is I'm a Greek, so Greek heritage. So I grew up in the Greek family. My father's still alive, and he's up in Ohio. But moving forward with the Coach Tate Foundation, we started in North Carolina, and I met Johnny Tate back in, I think, 2000, actually before that, but 2009 or 2010, when he passed away, we decided to do the Coach Tate Foundation campus. And I sat down with him because my background was in design, and he was an architect for Drexel Heritage. So I was so inspired to meet an actual designer of 50 years, but then he also coached on the side, and I grew up in athletics as well, so I was inspired to learn what he was doing. So we sat down and laid this campus out, and what I did is I built a 3D model, which is on the Coach Tate, TAT Foundation.com website. You could see it. And it was like 50 to 100 acres. So we looked at different types of land. And we went to California, we went to Colorado, and we ended up in Jacksonville, Florida. We checked out all of Florida. But they said the biggest land mass was in Jacksonville. So we started looking around, and we identified some property up towards the Georgia border, towards Ferndale Beach, American Beach. And we've been out there many times, and we have identified actual parts of American Beach that this campus would be ideal. We're doing fundraising right now. We've done camps in the past. We've done football camps. We've done art camps, sport camps. We've done basketball tournaments, camps, soccer tournaments. We'll put all kinds of things together. And this Jacksonville area is so phenomenal because there's so much land, and it's so spread out. So we're excited about this opportunity to actually be here. And anybody that wants to donate, we're trying to raise, right now, the property is about $3 million, and we need about $10 million to do what we want to do just for starting. And we're in the fundraising mode. We have a GoFundMe page. We have the Coach Tate Foundation, www.coachtatefoundation.com. And we're just so excited to represent Johnny Tate down here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mamridis, and it sounds so exciting, of the history that we've learned at American Beach, and that's for another day when we talk about expansion and growth of our families. Now, Mr. Mamridis, when you look at that property out there at American Beach and the land to build, how do you envision the next 5 years with pulling in the Southeast Corridor from North Carolina for the CSAM campus and all the services and the affordable housing? Can you share with our listeners some of those key tenets?
Well, yeah, moving forward the next 5 years would be we're going to be doing this in phases. First of all, we can get the property, get everything laid out with architects and engineers and the city, and we're going to start building sections, a building at a time. We're looking at doing something right on the waterfront, which looks right at the ocean. I think that's going to be the first phase of this whole project. It's going to have things like places you can stay, come for a day, a week, a month, for summer. You'll have restaurants. You'll have activities that the people can be involved with, the kids. We want a lot of kids to come because the Coach Tate Foundation is all about children. So the kids will come and the parents will come also. So as we build, we're going to have a spa out there looking over the ocean. And the community of American Beach, the people that were there first, they're going to be part of this. So we're teaming up with American Beach and the Coach Tate Foundation to actually move this agenda forward. So we're excited about this.
Yes, and I love hearing the story of the good news as we reach out to our fathers today and the opportunity that has presented itself here at American Beach. It tells us when you're on the right road and the Lord is guiding your steps and ordering your steps for the greater good, and you're not self-serving, then the doors just open. And Demetrius, if you don't mind, I'd like to share this little story about our journey here and how we have been received into the family of American Beach. That is today It's integrated. It's not segregated. And we represent that at the Coach Tate Foundation as God created all of us to live by the Spirit, not by the color of our skin. And so we are on a journey looking for a place to build and to meet new people. And we had an anonymous phone call from a property owner out there at American Beach. And they've owned the last beachfront prime property, land lots, just lots of oceanfront and ocean view. And they had Demetrius and I over, represent the Coach Tate Foundation. They loved our vision and our mission. The property is not even on the market, but God has been working in very unique ways when the vision and the mission is a part of the provision of others, not just ourselves. And this man has made available that property to our charity for a price. And we are believing God that we have a vision and a mission for our family restoration, as the families there at American Beach are looking to restore their lives, their homes, their minds, their bodies, souls, and spirits. And to be able to stand there and see the future generation come in to carry on that legacy is so important and so spiritual. So we take this time today to just share with our listeners. Oftentimes folks don't understand what charities do. Based in the world we have today is a lot of corruption. But we have gathered a great team of lawyers, accountants, oversight committees to ensure that we're good stewards of what God entrusts into our hands for the greater good. So it's with much pleasure that I share that story. Did I get that right, Demetrius, on how God has just been opening doors for us to build for the community?
Yeah, it really is. Sorry about it. It really is amazing what God has really done. Done a lot of praying, but it's kind of interesting to actually see it firsthand, how things are moving. And you don't see God, you only sense it. So we're excited about this, and I'm very excited, as you can tell.
Well, yes. Yes, we are, and we have a few more minutes left, but I certainly want to be able to share with the listeners the two areas of participation that they can help. And that is certainly to donate to the Coach Tate Fund, as Mr. Mamaritas indicated. And those donations can be earmarked for our feeding program. There are a lot of people that don't have food, healthy food. For our holistic health care program, which we're bringing in ancient herbs and spices to heal some of our folks that can't afford insurance. We have educational programs that you can donate to that's going to get folks jobs in cybersecurity and drone security and maritime security. Since I've been in Florida, I've been able to attain my real estate license and pass that tough bar, right, Demetrius? And I've learned a lot about the value add that being a realtor in the state of Florida brings to our vision and mission of the charity. And so we are looking to bring in affordable housing for our seniors, those young folks that need better housing in the communities in which we live will create jobs. This is going to impact our communities, economic development, economic security. That's how we restore our family. And we must honor our fathers, the founding fathers of American Beach. I knew some of those folks that worked with them, Dr. Julius Chambers, Dr. Janetta Cole. I worked with them, Supreme Court Justice Henry Fry in North Carolina. So God is showing me now how over all the years he's prepared me for a day and a time such as these. And I'm asking with Demetrius, all of us listening today, it's family time. Let's get back and restore our families. Honor our fathers and our mothers, that our days may be long upon this earth. For those fathers out there in the streets, burning down real estate, tearing down values, morals, history, hating, whites, greens, purples, it's enough. It's time to come together around a common cause for the betterment of your children, my nieces, your nephews. We got to pay attention to our next generation. Who's going to lead our nation in the next 10 years? Are we prepared? Are we ready? And I hope we are ready today, because we're excited to be here in Jacksonville, Florida. And we want you to be involved. And you can reach out to us directly at 904-990-0181. And again, that number is 904-990-0181. And we will be able to guide you and welcome you to the Coach Tate family and the American Beach. Now, Mr. Mamaritas, do you have any closing thoughts that you can share with our listeners on this Father's Day weekend?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that. If anybody would really like to donate or speak with you definitely get a tax write-off at the end of the year. So it's pretty much you're donating, which is a good cause, going to help the Coach Tate Foundation build this campus. Plus, you get a tax write-off, so pretty much you get everything for free. So we're excited for anybody that wants to be part of this. This is a community development. We can't do it by ourselves. We need the whole community, and we are so excited about this. Again, that number is 904-990-0181, 904-990-0181. And thanks so much. My name is Demetrius, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Mamaritas. It's a pleasure to work with you all these years and to pay it forward for our next generation. And on that note, we'd also like to take this time to thank our radio station and our production engineer. Her name is Miss Colby King. She has been dedicated from day one when we met with her and Henry Hoot at the Praise 107.9 radio station. They believe in our message. They have supported us. And we just, oftentimes we forget to thank those who help us have a platform on our journey. So we thank Praise 107.9, Miss Colby King, Miss Steve Jenna, and Mr. Roger, all those that are working with us to ensure that we keep the good news on the microphone, on the waves, to help empower our families for a future for the next generation. And on that note, to all listeners, stay tuned for the new America at the Coach Tate Foundation. Happy Father's Day. And remember, it's family time. It's time to restore and empower our families. Where's your family today? Do you know? Until next week, same time, same station. I am Phrantceena Thate Halres, your hostess.
Empower your family with the dynamic new book by Phrantceena Halres, Our Sixth Sense and Purpose, The Power in Knowing Who You Are. It's the book that gives you insights into life's problems. Phrantceena Halres is an author, motivational speaker, and national broadcaster who believes the answers to your problems lies within the knowledge that was once traditionally passed down by families. But that knowledge has been short-circuited by today's faster pace. The book, Our Sixth Sense and Purpose, The Power in Knowing Who You Are, brings that accumulated wisdom to the problems that all families face. You'll find your copy of Our Sixth Sense and Purpose, The Power in Knowing Who You Are at Amazon and at better bookstores. Empower your life with the dynamic new book, Our Sixth Sense and Purpose, The Power in Knowing Who You Are by Phrantceena Halres.
Thank you for joining Phrantceena Halres on Empowered Family Talk. Tune in next week.